Hey folks, it's awesome that we now live in a time where this isn't the only PCG channel anymore. There's a lot of other great channels out there, and it's a great time to be a PCG fan, but what if there were even more? What might those channels look like? I came up with a bunch of ideas for the weirdest, coolest, zaniest PCG channels I could think of. Channels that I don't think will, or in some cases could, ever exist. But you never know. Any of you feel inspired by any of these ideas? Feel free to use any of the ideas here. Feel free to make one of these channels if you like, or feel free to do whatever you want. Here it is, folks. Let's look at some of the weirdest PCG channel ideas I could think of. PCG Theory. This channel doesn't make PCGs of its own. It's just laser focused on sorting out the mysteries of the PCG multiverse. It's basically a game theory, but for PCGs. This channel would sort through all the various installments of PCG canon and make connections no one else has thought of before. What if Zuvac's secretly been evil all along? What if saying save game is slowly eating your character's soul every time you say it? Why are figs the way they are? Those are the kinds of questions a channel like this would tackle. Now, I've made videos of PCG Theory videos in the past. Some on the Fish PCG has made some of those as well, but this would be a whole channel devoted to theories and nothing but theories, and it would be awesome. Claper computer games. This channel is like any other PCG channel, only they make their PCGs out of clay. So I guess they're not technically PCGs, but you know. The person making this channel is probably really into sculpting, so they would use their talent in that area to make full scenes out of clay figures. These clay scenes would be the equivalent of screens in a normal PCG. And you'd play the games the same way. You know, you say what you're gonna do and they tell you if it works, only, you know, it's clay, so it's awesome. Techno Zombies Apocalypse. A channel specifically devoted to the Techno Zombies franchise. The channel's made by someone who's a big fan of Techno Zombies in all its forms, so they just want to dive in and explore that universe more. They have a regular video series they call Techno Times, which is basically like my PCG news series, except it only reports on news relating to Techno Zombies. They also do reviews of all the Techno Zombies games by anyone in the community, and they make videos speculating about what's coming in upcoming Techno Zombies installments. Paper Canon. The person who made this channel was reading about PCG lore when they noticed an inconsistency. Like, why does Zuvac look one way in Chris's games and then inexplicably different in Zach's first two games? Two games made by two different people contradict each other. How could this be? Why is no one talking about this? And so they made a channel devoted to finding the answer. They make videos where they find these inconsistencies in PCG lore and try to find ways that it could all make sense. They also have a video series where they look at a particular PCG or PCG story or comic or whatever and try to figure out if it's canon to the PCG universe or not. PCG Book Club. Look, there's already a lot of channels talking about the PCGs themselves, but not a whole lot focusing on the PCG expanded universe. You know, the short stories and comics set in the PCG universe. This channel does analysis videos, analyzing the stories for their themes, characterizations, and more. They also host their own website, which is kind of like the PCG shop, but for fiction. Basically, anyone in the community would go there and upload their PCG short stories, and anyone could read it. This would also help the channel since it would give them more stories to talk about. On weekends, the channel would do a live stream, which would be the actual book club that the channel's named after. Basically, they'd choose a PCG story to read and announce it beforehand so everyone in the community has a chance to read it, and then do a live stream to talk about the story with everyone in chat. Yeah! The PCG TCG Master. Now, homemade trading card game channels on YouTube got pretty popular for a while and had a lot of overlap with paper games. But Yak Games was the first one to combine that idea with paper computer games, making the first PCG TCG, Zuvak the trading card game. You basically collect cards, but you play against each other using the rules of a paper computer game, unlike other trading card games. Well, the PCG TCG Master would be the first ever PCG trading card game channel. Just like other homemade TCG channels, they'd always be making new cards and booster packs, opening them and showing them off. They'd also make videos showcasing PCG TCGs from other people in the community. The Company Productions. The person making this channel is a PCG fan who's hoping to get into filmmaking one day. They've learned a lot about filmmaking, either in classes or just by reading up on it, and they want to practice their skills while also incorporating PCGs somehow, because that's really good advice. If you want to make movies, or make anything really, start making it now. Start building your community and your skills now. Use whatever you've got. Anyway, this channel would be totally devoted to short films set in the PCG universe. They'd make live-action adaptations of some of your favorite PCGs. They'd make original movies set in the PCG universe. For actors, they'd hold auditions for anyone in the PCG community. Their films would be terrible at first, but they love making them, so they just keep going. Keep making these little 10-minute PCG films until they get more experience and get better at it. And then, it would be amazing.
Who the hell are you?
What's it to you who I am?
What's it to me?
PCG Science. This channel is made by someone who saw the potential of PCGs to demonstrate scientific ideas. Maybe they're a science writer who saw kids playing PCGs one day and thought, hey, I can use this. They make PCGs where, for example, you play as a person's immune system and have to make antibodies to fight a virus. Or where you have to design a system to find out whether Schrodinger's cat is alive or dead. PCGs could be so much more effective even than video games to explain scientific concepts because it lets the player be creative and try anything, just like a scientist has to do in real life. Zantopia. Zantopia is both a PCG and a universe where that PCG takes place, and it's created by the creator of the YouTube channel, also called Zantopia. Zantopia is an open world PCG, and it's built by taping a massive number of pieces of paper together into one giant screen. The creator is always adding new sections onto the world they've created, and making videos taking you on a tour of whatever new areas there are and all the strange creatures and characters you can meet there. Zantopia is also the first MMOPCG, massively multiplayer online paper computer game, meaning that anyone from the community can create a character and explore this strange world. The game still has PCG rules, so there's no fighting system and no die rolling. They'd hold live stream events where everyone in chat can play at once. People can also play individually by messaging the creator over Discord and saying what they're going to try to do. So those are all the PCG channel ideas I had. None of these channels exist, but they should. I want all these channels to exist so badly. Please make these channels, folks. I would watch the Shire wreck out of them. It's so frustrating. I hate when you think of ideas. They're good ideas, and they're just not gonna happen. Make more PCG channels, folks. Thanks for watching. PCG you later.